guys, welcome to my ranking on all the Fast and Furious films from the Fast saga, from the worst to the best. My list is not going to be the right list, it's just my list, and I would love to see yours. Also, there's an app called Movie Star. No, we're not going to mention that. But I hope you guys will have a good day, and yeah. Let's get started with my ranking, and once we reach a minute. Oh wait, oh, shit. Yeah, the Fast and Furious franchise. I love the movies. I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw yet, but I've yet to see it. And yeah, let's begin with my ranking on the Fast saga, like from good to awesome. Coming in last place is The Fate of the Furious. Now, The Fate of the Furious it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's some action scenes weren't that there from 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7 had better action scenes in this movie. It's one of the weaker films in the franchise. The action was barely. I do love the action scenes, but some scenes were not really that great. Some jump scares in the film. And, yeah, that's why it's in the number 8 because of that. So, yeah, that's why it's in the 8th place. It's because of its storytelling. And some jump scares were really off. Coming in 7th place is not Too Fast, Too Furious. Fast and Furious, The Fast and Furious, the first movie. I really enjoy this movie. They had some scenes were off, but it's still a great movie. A lot of action scenes were pretty good. The story was pretty well made. The characters were perfect. Especially Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. The best part of these movies were Paul Walker and Vin Diesel in these movies. But the first movie started their friendship, and the action was pretty good. So yeah, that's why it's in the number 7 spot. 7. Coming in 6th place is Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. It's a great movie. They had a lot of great moments into it, but the characters were not really that great. They were the weakest part of the film. But the drifting was pretty good. The action was pretty good as always. And the final race in the film is pretty epic. The relationship with him and the chick is okay, and some action scenes can be really off at the times, but it's still a great movie, and it definitely is a rewatch from beginning to end. So yeah, that's why it's in number 6. Coming in 5th place is Too Fast, Too Furious. I really don't get the hate for this movie. I really enjoyed this film. Like, it's better than the first movie. And the action scenes were pretty good. Characters were great. Paul Walker did an amazing job in this movie. Some of his scenes were not really that great, but he's still awesome in this film. And the action was pretty good, and the story was pretty amazing. And yeah, that's why Too Fast, Too Furious is in number 5. Coming in 4th place is Fast and Furious. Now, Fast and Furious is a really great film. I really don't get the hate for this film yet. Scenes in this film were pretty good. And the villains were, well, the villain in this movie was the weakest part, but it's still a great movie. The action was pretty good. The story was pretty good. The relationship between him and Paul Walker and Vin Diesel is still great, as always. And the scenes they had together was pretty good. And yeah, that's why Fast and Furious is in number 4. Now, before I give you my top 3, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification, turn on the bell icon when I upload. And yeah, let's Alright, let me just talk to you guys for a little bit. How did your day be going? My day was great. I had a good time with it. And I really enjoyed my day. So, yeah. And we need to wait for 7 minutes before I continue my top 3. And man, watching these movies was a blast. It really is. So yeah, let's begin my top 3. Coming in third place is Fast and Furious 6. I really enjoyed Fast and Furious 6. It was a great movie from start to finish. The villain was the weakest part of the film, but I still really enjoyed this movie for what it was. And some action scenes were pretty good. The ending was amazing. And the final battle was finally good. So yeah, that's why it's in the second place, because of its storytelling. Third place is because of its storytelling and the characters and the driving, shooting, you name it. So yeah, that's why it's in Fast and Furious. And 6 is in number 3. My runner-up is Fast and Furious. No, Fast 5. That's what it's called, Fast 5. Fast 5, it's a great movie from start to finish. I really enjoyed Fast 5. And Paul Walker and Vin Diesel knocked it out of the park again with their relationship. And the villain was the Rock is great. Some action scenes they were working together with the group, it was pretty epic. I don't think there were a main villain. I don't think so. At least it's oh no, yeah, no, there weren't. Oh yeah, there were. So yeah, that's why Fast and the Furious 5 is Fast 5 is in number 2. My first place is Furious 7. I really enjoyed Furious 7 from beginning to end. Characters were great, story was great. Like the villain was the weakest part of the film, but it's still a great movie. The action scenes were pretty good. The ending was sad because of Paul Walker's last movie. This was Paul Walker's last movie. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. And the villains I did not really care for. So yeah, that's why. Fast and what am I keep saying fast? Furious 7 is in number 1 because of its storytelling, characters, story. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.